Alright, you read the title, you know what's happening. So here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna talk about the game and why I like it and beat the hardest difficulty on it. That's pretty much it. It's nothing really to it, but apparently I was recording this when Roblox servers are having a potato moment. So I look like a noob during all of this, but I beat the hardest mode. So I'm gonna talk about the game and tell you why I like the game, and that's pretty much it. This is a mash of two videos where I beat the hardest mode on every game, and I talk about the game and why it's good. Not necessarily a tier list, but just like my own opinions on it. Anyways, enjoy the video. Oh yeah, watch to the end. It's pretty cool. Our first game, it's Tower Defense Simulator. So, if it's no secret that I love Tower Defense Simulator, it was one of the first Tower Defense games I've ever played, and it wasn't Balloons Tower Defense, shocking. But I love Tower Defense Simulator, even though it has made a massive rework, hardcore update, or whatever it's called. I still like the game. I mean, there is some pay-to-win aspects, but except for a few cosmetics and game passes, have played completely free. I haven't paid for one tower, not a single coins on on this account at least I'm playing on. I did pay to win on the accelerator last time, but besides that, I grinded on this account for golden crates and accelerator. It's pretty cool. I like the game because it's visually ahead, but I'm not trying to say that the other games look terrible, because I'm gonna give TDS the benefit of the doubt because it's been out for over 3-ish years, something like it. I've been here since 2019. Not 2019, but like spring, no, not spring, summer 2020, and it got me into the game. I love it. I love the OST. I mean, have you heard of Rave DJ? Come on. But I love the music in this game. I think Tower Defense game needs to add on the music. It just adds to the gameplay. As a person that likes the importance of music in game, Tower Defense Simulator hits hard. I mean, have you heard of Rave DJ, Nico DJ? Come on, or the Rays of the Void? Pharaoh's TDS music designer does such a great job of it. And yeah, I know the TDS players like, oh, TDS better, but honestly, that's probably not right. I mean, TDS has to go into a new generation of graphics, or else it's gonna feel outdated, which people don't really understand, which is quite stupid if you ask me. But yeah, Tower Defense Simulator will always be my top tower defense game. The benefit of doubt, or maybe bias, not benefit of doubt, because a little biased because it's the first tower defense game, but I like it because it gets me to play the game. I have over 112 hours, I believe. Let me check. I have 116 hours, or yeah, 116 hours on this game. And as a tower defense game, or compared to any tower defense game, none of them have compared to Tower Defense Simulator. There's just, there's something about it. But yeah, Tower Defense Simulator is one of my top or tower defense game, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. Our next game is a game that you probably never heard of, but a game I really like the concept of. Have you ever heard of Plants vs. Zombies? Well, they brought it to Roblox as a tower defense X Plants vs. Zombies. As a person that found Plants vs. Zombies but love tower defense, this is such a great game, and the links below for all of these games, just so you know. Budget PVC, if you look in the background footage, it's quite the interesting games with the quite the interesting towers. I mean, yeah, the towers might not be original, but they have unique mechanics to them that do make them original. And that's what I really love about Budget PVC. There's a lot to the game. There's many maps. There's many rewards for the maps, something that like Tower Defense lacks. Tower Defense Simulator, that is. There's unlockable towers, which the quests you complete on the map, you get unlockable towers, which is really cool. if you join the game right now, there is a learning curve, which I did like, because I like the learning curve where it's a hard TDS or TD game for the start, but it gets easier over time, which is like Tower Defense Simulator. But I love the strategy you need to play in this game, and it is quite difficulty. So yeah, I mean it's okay grinding. I think it's what Arena Tower Defense lacks. It's good for it's okay for early players of the game, but it benefits like late game players, which is something that Arena Tower Defense needs to improve on. More on that later. But yeah, Budget PVC is one of the most unique tower defense games I have played in a while. So check it out. There's so much mechanics. The reason I didn't make a video about this is that I was hooked. I played for like 3 hours. I played for 3 hours, and by the time I already like beat the game or something, and yeah. But this usually on average, if you want to get everything in the game, well, most of everything, unlockable towers and all the regular towers, usually gives you around 11 hours of playtime. So if you're bored, check it out. SCP Tower Defense is a game that you probably don't know, but if you know, you know. This game is awesome. Not as in like the graphics is stunning or the game design is stunning. I mean awesome as an SCP fan. This game does great, and when I mean great, it does amazing work at capturing the SCP lore as like the Serpent's Hand Division, Chaos Insurgency, the Foundation, GOC, all of that fun stuff into a game made for tower defense. It's okay in its looking. I mean, the things might look kind of goofy, but hey, the way they execute the tower defense mixed with SCP is amazing. They've added so much stuff that is canon to the lore and some fun stuff like abilities. Abilities is where you like summon some rockets or whatever, do some funky stuff, or lightning bolts, which do more damage. All of these do more damage per wave. And it's quite interesting how the game works. It's one of the favorite games, as in like fan service, as in the FCP. But the game is okay. It's not the best. And same with Budget PVC. It gives you about 11 hours of gameplay, gameplay, not gameplay. But it gives you around 11 hours. There could be more, around like 13, because I haven't gotten everything in the game. But it can give you well over 20 hours. And this game has something that most tower defense games lack: the badges. This game goes hard on badges, and it's a really cool mechanic. And with the badges in the account, you could do pretty much a lot. But I like this game as an SCP fan, and as a regular tower defense player, if I was a bias, well, I'm not biased while recording any of these, but as a bias, a little bias, or like a made-up bias, whatever. As a bias, a little bias, okay, I'm not gonna say this 100 times, but I like this as a SCP game. Anyways, yeah. That's pretty much the time lapsing. Well, there's no one more game, and I know you're gonna love this game, obviously. Arena Tower Defense, the game you all know. I'm gonna slow down the background footage so I get more time to talk. But we all know this game. You might love it, you might hate it. But recently I've been giving a lot of negativity to Arena Tower Defense, which then I resaw and I'm like, there's something about Arena Tower Defense that makes you come back and play it. Same with the other games. I'm gonna give an estimate playtime based on my playtime. I played for 56 hours, but Obviously, making strategies does affect that. I played well over 110 hours combined on my old accounts. So, saying that Arena Tower Defense is a pretty good game. It has some unique mechanics that, when you really think about it, replaces a lot of other things like golden towers and such as TDS or special towers and budget PVCs. It has mastery perks, which basically buff your towers. And this game is really easy, which the recommended playtime or the estimated playtime, it's around like 7 hours, which you could probably AFK, which is kind of the thing about it. See, when I did like a live stream and I said, hey guys, you know TDS, that's a pretty good game, everyone dogged on it because they said it was too hard. And comparing this game to TDS, they're miles ahead of difficulty, and that's what makes Arena Tower Defense so like, like, hey, I can come back to this whenever, because you can't really lose at the start. And there is a problem with the game, but like I said in the intro, I'm only complimenting games today. But yeah, Arena Tower Defense has some difficulties, as in Carolina Reaper, Hydra Gauntlet, if you remember that. But yeah, it's quite the interesting game. I have some debt into the game, because without this game, I would never met NAView or developed strategies, which in turn helps you. But yeah, this game is really awesome. Although I have some problems with it, I can never go wrong with a classic Arena Tower Defense game. It's quite the interesting game, honestly. It just has that homey feeling that you can always come back to. But please, nerf Reaper. I'm joking. Anyways, but yeah, there is some unique commands, not commands, but unique things to the game, as such as in endless mode, or difficulties like stronger bosses or mutations, not difficulty, mutations, etc. They're pretty cool, like hardcore. It's pretty cool, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the outro in a second. Hey guys, so what can we take from this video? These games are pretty hard, except for Arena Tower Defense, but like I said, I was playing on Master Mode, and I said fleshed out hard modes like Fallen and Hardcore and TDS, but what can we say about this game, or these games? There's really no meta to the Tower Defense Simulator, each having their unique and, defying qualities, and that's what makes tower defense games pretty cool. Because let's be honest, if we lived in a world with everything is the same, we'd probably be screwed, I guess, or like, everything would be boring and a classic feeling. But yeah, I didn't really talk about the difficulty, but especially for budget PVC and SCP Tower Defense, and also Tower Defense Simulator, it did take some brain power to actually win. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, leave a like or leave a comment for the algorithm too, and also let me know if you would like to see more videos like this. I'll see you guys later in my next video, which will probably come out in like 3 years.